Welcome to AI in 8 minutes or less, your daily AI update. You know, for years, we've thought about AI as a single entity, right? A single brain working on a single problem. But what if I told you that whole era is already over? Today, we're diving into something called AI swarms. And this isn't just some small upgrade. It's a fundamental shift in how AI thinks, works, and, well, builds the future.
And get this isn't some far-off hypothetical. Imagine typing one sentence and having a whole team of AIs build a complete production-ready piece of software. I'm not talking about a little prototype. I mean the real deal. This is literally happening as we speak, and it is just the beginning. So, for example, someone gave a single prompt asking for a productivity app, something like Notion. They wanted a block-based editor, real-time collaboration, the works. An AI swarm just went ahead and built the whole thing, the web app, the mobile app, everything, from scratch.
And it doesn't stop there. Another user asked for a full-on HR management platform, hiring, payroll, performance reviews, the whole 9 yards. A swarm of 3 specialized AIs, one for the web, one for mobile, and one for reporting, just built the entire system in one go. Okay, how about something that's not just code? A user requested a deep strategic report on the business impact of AI, complete with ROI analysis and even a final presentation. A 9-agent swarm, you heard that right, 9, with 7 researchers, a synthesizer, and a designer delivered a report that would normally cost you a fortune from a top-tier consulting firm.
So these results are, well, they're pretty mind-blowing, which leads to the big question. How on earth does this actually work? It's all about this huge shift from a single AI brain to a perfectly coordinated team of specialists.
The best way to think about it is like this. A single AI, even a brilliant one, is like one person trying to do everything. They get overwhelmed. An agent swarm, on the other hand, is like an expert project manager who instantly assembles a dream team of specialists. And they all work at the same time, in parallel, handling speed and complexity on a level we've just never seen before.
The engine driving all of this is what's called the master worker architecture. You've got one master agent that's basically the project lead. It gets the goal, and it creates the entire plan. Then, it deploys specialized worker agents, coders, researchers, designers, to actually execute that plan.
So here's what that looks like in practice. The master agent gets a prompt, something like build a supermarket management system. First, it creates a detailed project plan, even noting dependencies like, hey, we have to build the web app before the mobile app. Then it deploys the workers who go off and write the code and create the databases. And finally, the master agent pulls it all together and delivers the final product.
Okay, I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this just, fancy code automation? Is it just code generation with a few extra steps? It's a totally fair question, but the answer is a very, very clear no. This goes way beyond simple automation.
We're talking about true reasoning here. See, when the AI decides the mobile app has to wait for the web app's APIs to be finished first, that's not just code, that's architectural reasoning. When it plans a research project and understands that the final summary can't start until all 7 research agents are done, that's critical path analysis. That's project management. This is a system that literally thinks like an experienced engineering lead. And once you grasp that, you start to see that the implications of this are just huge. It's about to disrupt the cost, the speed, and the very nature of how complex work gets done.
Let's just look at the numbers, because they really speak for themselves. That HR platform, that's typically a $500,000 to $2 million project that takes months. It was completed for about $10,000 in compute credits. The consulting report usually costs over $200,000 and takes weeks, done for around $32,000. This isn't just an improvement, it's a complete economic reset. These capabilities are so powerful, they actually start pointing towards something much bigger: artificial general intelligence, or AGI. In fact, we're seeing 5 key abilities emerge from these swarms that are pushing us closer and closer to that reality. So, first, these swarms show real planning capability, breaking down huge goals into actual structured plans. They're competent across totally different domains: coding, research, design. They collaborate perfectly with 0 communication problems. They show adaptive reasoning, knowing when a problem is too big for one agent and that it's time to form a swarm. And maybe most importantly, they show what's called emergent capability, where the whole team is truly fundamentally greater than the sum of its individual parts. And believe it or not, this is just the beginning. We are heading full steam towards a future where these intelligent systems become even more autonomous and even more capable.
I mean, just imagine where this goes next. Swarms with persistent memory that get smarter with every single project. Worker agents that specialize over time until they're literally the best in the world at one specific thing. Swarms that don't just build your software, but then operate, monitor, and fix it for you, autonomously. And eventually you'll have swarms of swarms, meta agents managing an entire organization's technical projects.
But the goal here, and this is really important, isn't to replace people. It's to empower them. The future of work isn't going to be human versus AI. It's going to be humans who can direct these incredibly powerful AI swarms to execute their vision at a scale and speed we can barely even comprehend right now.
And that really leaves us with this one final thought. The technological barrier, it's falling. It's basically gone. We've proven that AI can tackle these unbelievably complex real-world problems. The real challenge now is a societal one. Are we, as businesses, as individuals, as a society, are we actually ready for the implications of a world where this is the new normal? If you enjoyed this, subscribe to AI in 8 minutes and never miss what matters.